Hi, I'm Maria Bailey, the author of Marketing to Moms and Marketing to the Modern Mom. I'm also the CEO of BSM Media, the oldest and largest marketing to moms agency in the United States. We run the largest mom exclusive and parent influencer content creator network in the world. So every day I am helping and educating brands on how to connect with moms. And one of the things I want to talk about today is gifting campaigns. Okay, so there was a time about, I would say 3 or 4 years ago, where gifting campaigns were frowned upon by influencers and by influencer agencies. And let me talk about what a gifting campaign is really quickly, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. A gifting campaign is a campaign with influencers in which you basically are trading them free product for a social media post. And there was a time when mommy bloggers started the whole influencer landscape, when influencers, which at that time were mommy bloggers, started to resent brands who asked them to do things without actually paying them. You'll see a lot of comments, particularly in the older segments of influencers and content creators, where when they talk among themselves, they'll say, "Don't they know that a bottle of makeup doesn't pay my bills?" But as social media has evolved and as social commerce has evolved, influencers have developed a need for as much product as possible, because a lot of them, if they don't get it for free, they have to purchase it and then spend the money to buy it so that they can review it, so they have enough content on their social feeds. And that's not to say that all influencers will accept free product and give you a good post in return, but there are some that will do it. And we have emerged from a time when it was considered a slap in the face to ask someone to, quote, work for free and only work for product, to a point now where there is an appreciation for some product. And it really is based upon whether or not the value of the product and the perceived value by the influencer. So if you are offering them a $2 bag of chips to in return for a social post, you're probably not going to get a good response. However, if you are I had the opportunity many times to exchange a trip to Disney World with a mom and her family for a social post. She is more than happy to do that kind of trade. So, but more importantly is you have to know where gifting campaigns fall in the larger strategy in selling products to moms. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about today, is how brands should use the influencer gifting campaigns, particularly when it comes to marketing to a Gen Z and a millennial mom. It actually falls within a very strategic and triangular funnel, for lack of a better word, in the buying process of a mom. So to understand where it fits in, you have to understand that Gen Z moms and millennial moms need to trust a brand before they actually buy the product. So in the perfect world where you would have ample money to spend on a campaign, you would first go out in week 1 or 2 by engaging with maybe 1 or 2 mega influencers. And those are influencers with 1 million followers and above, okay? What is their purpose? Well, their purpose is just to establish credibility for the brand. Let's just say this highlighter is a new product on the market. I see it, I'm like, ooh, how can that possibly give out a yellow ink? Well, by associating with a very large name, that mom sees that social post and say, okay, well, that's a legitimate business, okay? Because that person bought the product or used the product or is talking about the product. But what it doesn't do, it doesn't establish the product as something attainable, okay? So in your ideal campaign, you would use the mega influencer, then you would come back a few weeks later and you would work with macro influencers, which might be 50,000 to 1 million followers and very good engagement. Let's not forget that engagement is the most important metrics out of all of this, not the number of followers. But you would engage with macro influencers who now are solidifying that it's not only a credible company, but it is a product that the mom would aspire to use, okay? But there's a big difference between aspiring to buy a product and actually seeing the product and saying, you know what, that product is obtainable and it is offering me obtainable solutions to my problem. And that's where the gifting comes in. The gifter normally is going to be a micro or a nano influencer. So an influencer that might have 100 to, and I mean 100, not 100,000, 100, or let's just say 1,000 followers to 10,000 followers. Those nano and micro influencers have a very cohesive community, an intimate community. They're often niche influencers with niche type of content. And when they talk about this highlighter, then it becomes obtainable to the mom. So first, in building that trust, she gets credibility by the macro who said, yeah, I just used this. Then it becomes aspirational when she sees someone that maybe has 500,000 or 250,000 followers and always looks great and whatever. But then when she sees the mom who is like her, it becomes obtainable. So that is the use of a gifter. A gifting campaign will not drive, used alone will not drive sales in the mom market. It has to be used in conjunction with other influencers. And that is the point at which gifting influencers should be used. It's part of the foundation. It's not always the finish line, but it's part of the foundation that allows the brand to develop trust between the product, the brand, and the mom. And typically you would use micro or nano influencers. So if you have any questions about how to use gifting campaigns or how to integrate them within the campaigns that you have planned this year, I am happy to help. You can reach out to me, Maria at BSM Media, and I will answer any questions you have. And I hope that you found this video helpful, and that if you have any questions, you go to my blog, Maria at bsmmedia.com, and there you'll find my blog with a lot of really great content. So thanks for watching, and much success this year.